Hey everybody, in forensics, Mr. Douglas here with your recap video for today, the 22nd of September. So today we talked about crime scene sketches and how we use them to document evidence. I'm going to show you my presentation. If you were absent or you missed class, send me an email and I'll send you a digital version of this that you can do all the assignments we did in class on that digital version, or you can print out copies of what you need as well. Okay, so either way, just shoot me an email, let me know. All right, let's get down into it. So when we talk about doing a crime scene sketch, remember sketches are important because they're going to be what allows us to be able to reference back later on what did the crime scene look like, because we can't preserve crime scenes forever. So if we take a look here, in terms of drawing the sketch, remember the sketch does not have to be to scale. We talked a lot about that in class today. You don't have to be the best drawer in the world. You just have to be able to put down the location of where the objects are and draw lines that be able to show you the distance they are from the walls. So you just have to work within approximates. Okay. Don't try to draw the evidence. Okay. Don't do that. Use a number or a letter marker that'll correlate with the key. A lot of you did a really good job with that today when we were practicing that skill in class. But just make sure that at all times you are using a number or a letter, whatever you used to mark your evidence. When you're measuring the evidence, you end up taking measurements from the wall at the right angle of the two nearest walls. So I laid down on the floor in one of the classes today, and we said how if we were measuring it, it would be one to the back of the wall, and the other one would be to the other side. And we would get a little something that looks like this. So here's an example of a sketch. So here, right here is this right here is A, and then the two nearest points. So one to that wall and the other one over to this wall. And then we measure out the distance in real life, so in the actual room, and then we write down what that distance is from each of the walls. And this allows us to be able to go back and say, this is how far away it was. Because remember, we're doing approximates. Same thing over here with B, right? We had it marked off just like this. Now, if you notice, there's something interesting over here with the body that's here. Whenever we measure a body, we always measure a body from the head. We measure from the head, and the head goes to one wall, and then we go again to the nearest wall. But the most important thing to remember is, there's a body, we start with the head. Sorry about that. Okay. So again, we don't worry about measuring furniture. Furniture is not important. We don't really care about that. The location of the doors and windows is approximate, again, just as long as they reference how much of the space that they take up. And remember, each piece of evidence is going to be measured to the closest wall at right angles, and the body, again, just to recap, is measured from the top of the head in and drawn in the approximate position. In class today, we kind of did it a little differently. I had you just do the numbers, but moving forwards, we'll talk about the body parts. And then we did this scene here where you were called to this location. And what you did is you had a bunch of evidence that was here and a victim, Mr. Green, and you were able to measure. I have my ruler here that I can move, and you're able to measure and draw lines. So, for example, right here with this one, for this piece of evidence, we draw it to the middle and we draw it down. And then if we used our ruler, we'd measure it out over here, and that distance comes out to about 2.5 centimeters from there. So that would be 2.5 centimeters from on this side. So I'll try to do this the best I can with this one. So that'd be 2.5. And then the measurement over here, which is actually also 2.5 or close to that. Okay. And we did that for all of these. We sketched all that out, and then we actually drew a sketch. And remember, we used our certain standards that have to be in every single criminal sketch. So we use a case number that you made that up, the date and the time, location, an arrow to indicate north, the sketch artist, which is who you are, evidence numbers, which you add, and a key that correlates to evidence numbers. And we did that for that particular image. And then you also wrapped up the day by making your own crime scene on your desk and sketching that out. So again, if you were out for class, please email me, come see me during Flex. We'll get you all caught up with everything that you need to know, or you can print it out and try and do it on your own before you come back in. Don't forget your forensics files, and I'll see you on Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.